Yo, what's good, everyone? Sideshow MMA here, and today I will be breaking down a card I've been super excited to break down. Um, Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. Oh shit, fight nights do not get much better than this, guys. Yeah, let's fucking go, dude. I've been pumped for this one. I've been waiting for this to break it down since it got announced. Obviously, I'm kidding. This card is fucking dog shit. I debated even making this video. Yeah, on to the first fight. Yannissi Dubin versus Carly Jedice. I'm going to go Yannissi Dubin over Carly Jedice. I think she'll KO her late in the fight. Actually, a decent WMMA fight, which is not a common thing nowadays. Jedice is a decent striker, but she tends to get reckless at times. She's tough as shit, though. She really is. She stays in fights, fights till the end, which is a positive trait. I just can't get past the recklessness, and mixed with the power of Dubin, I just don't think it'll end well for Jedice. I can see her getting caught late in the fight after making it scrappy in rounds 1 and 2. Maybe they're both tired. Jedice is open to be hit. She's swinging, it's sloppy. She knows she probably needs a finish. She's down 2 rounds, and Dubin just sleeps her in round 3 when she's gassed, swinging recklessly and open to be cracked. I'll go 3rd round KO for Yannissi Dubin. Moving on. Josiane Nunes versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Yeah, this is a fight. This is an actual fight. I'll go Nunes, I guess. Cachoeira's taken out on short notice. Who gives a fuck? Moving up the card, Daniel Perez versus Andre Lima. I'm going to go Andre Lima. I think this will be dominant. Lima is a sick striker. He's super good, super fast on the feet, makes really good reads, quick and capitalized as well. Very good kickboxing. 10-0, I think. He's a prospect. Super good. Daniel Perez's only path to victory is grappling, in my opinion. I think maybe he'll try and get Lima down early. But I can see that being the game plan. Try and grapple Lima, tire him out so that the power is not as much of a factor later into the fight, and then Perez is just trying to survive through grappling as the fight progresses and Lima's tired. I could see that being the game plan for Perez and his team. But Lima also has slick jiu-jitsu. He's got super fast back takes. It's just a mismatch. I think Lima will KO Perez halfway through round 1 with a body kick into ground and pound. Perez is a sacrificial lamb. I can see him trying to grapple Lima early. Lima getting away from him. Perez looking a little defeated. Lima piecing him up on the feet, maybe dropping him. Body kick. Perez doesn't like it, cowers away, and quits. And Lima finishes Perez in round 1. Towards the end of round 1. Going Andre Lima, 1st round TKO. Moving on to the next fight. Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. Gonna go Stephanie Luciano. Moving up the card. Carlos Vera versus Josias Musasa. Gonna go Josias Musasa. Even though I don't think he's very good and will probably lose to anyone half decent, I think he's good enough to beat Carlos fucking Vera. Carlos Vera lost to Brad Katona on tough. It was a war. He did have moments in that fight, but he's just not UFC level in my opinion. Plus, he's old as fuck. He's like 38 years old. Come on, dude. Josias Musasa does a good job of controlling distance on the feet. There are times where he's open to be cracked, especially when he's looking to counter. He moves away with his hands down, and he's not really the skill or athleticism of Mauricio Ruffy, where like you can kind of get away with moving away with your hands down, looking to counter. He's not that good. He's just okay. I think he's open to get cracked, and I think he'll probably lose to anyone half decent. But I can see him countering Carlos Vera. Maybe as Vera steps into a jab, Musasa slips it, counter left, puts Vera down, finishes him with ground and pound. I can see it happening too well. Musasa's not great. He's okay. He's got heat in his hands, though. Vera just isn't good. He's worse. He just kind of plods around, which you can't really get away with at the lighter weight classes. In Vera's last fight, he lost to Rinya Nakamura, which isn't really a terrible loss. But it's not great in hindsight, if we're being honest, after seeing Rinya in his last fight. But I'm going to go Josias Musasa, round 1 TKO to ground and pound. I think he'll drop Vera with a straight left, and then Vera probably quits. Yeah. Moving on up the card, AJ Cunningham versus Yu Su Young. I'm going to go AJ Cunningham over Yu Su Young. Cunningham is going down to bantamweight, which is tough because he already cuts a lot of weight for featherweight. So it is tough. I wonder if he's going to make weight. But even if he misses weight, he's going to win. You're allowed to cheat and miss weight. it gives you an advantage. The guys that miss weight always win. Yeah, he's going to have a size advantage over a small guy in Yusu Young, regardless if he misses weight or not. Yusu Young's like 5'5", super small for bantamweight as it is. And Cunningham is going down a division, so he will be the bigger guy. Cunningham will outstrike Yusu Young throughout this fight, in my opinion. I can see it being actually a little slow to start before picking up maybe later into the fight. 29-28 decision for Cunningham, I'll say. I think Yusu Young will really try and mix it up. Do a lot of holding against the cage, failed takedown attempts. But Cunningham will win the rounds he needs on damage. Yusu Young is a road to the UFC guy. The road to the UFC guys are never good. I'm sorry. It's a shit show. The show only exists to get people from certain regions that aren't good enough to make the UFC. Based off merit, they have to get them into a show and force them into the promotion. They're never very good. Yeah, Cunningham will beat Yusu Young. I don't think either of them were like spectacular or anything crazy. Cunningham lost to Ludovic Klein, which isn't a bad loss at all. I think Ludovic Klein will do really good things at featherweight, and I'm pretty high on him as a prospect. But yeah, I'll go Cunningham by decision. Moving on. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Ryan Spann. I think Cortez Acosta will get it done by decision. I just don't think Ryan Spann's very good anymore. He beat OSP in his last fight. Cool, dude. It's fucking OSP. Before that, he lost to Bogdan Guskov. Lost to fucking Anthony Smith. You can't lose to Anthony Smith ever. That cannot happen. Lost to Nikita Krylov is what it is. Not a terrible loss, actually. Nikita Krylov's pretty good. But he's shit, okay? Ryan Spann is shit. Spann is old as fuck. Another old head on the card. Unk. It literally, you know, he's old, all right? Cortez Acosta does struggle with low kicks bad. He doesn't make adjustments. He is there to be kicked in every fight. Every opponent knows this about him, so they kick him in every fight. He does nothing. He chooses to just fight on one leg after round 2, pretty much. Or after round 1, going into round 2. He's on one leg, but he wins fights on one leg. So even if Spann is kicking his legs, I don't think it'll be much of an issue. Yeah, Cortez Acosta would rather fight on one leg than make an adjustment. It is what it is. I don't even know if Ryan Spann's smart enough to kick his legs. But yeah, Cortez Acosta does have a little win streak put together. Beat Rebellis to Spain. He beat him in a really gay way, but still, dude, it's a win over Rebellis. Beat Andrei Arlovsky, who is shit, honestly. Beat Lucas Bursky, I think, which is alright. Yeah, I just think Waldo will get it done. 30-27, decision over Ryan Spann. Spann probably retires in the cage. This card's shit. Moving on. First fight on the main card. Sungwoo Choi versus Kevin Vallejos. Good fight, actually. I'm going to go Kevin Vallejos, though. Sungwoo Choi is not good. Lost to Alex Caceres, which is whatever. Lost to Joshua Kalibau, fine, okay. He's cut from the promotion now. But lost to fucking Michael Trezano. Not dropped by Trezano. They actually dropped each other, if you remember that fight. You can't lose to Michael Trezano, dude. Lost to Steve Garcia, which isn't a bad loss. Beat John O'Aaron's. Whatever. I just think Kevin Vallejos is so much better than him. He actually kept it close with Gene Silva on the Contender Series, which we know is a really good look. After seeing the kind of streak Gene Silva's on right now, he's going through the featherweight division as easily as one can. And even lightweight, too, dude. He fucking beat Drew Dober. Beat the shit out of Dober, actually. But yeah, Vallejos is good. He's got heat in his hands. Great fighter. Pretty technical on the feet. He's got some submission threat as well. I don't think that'll be a factor in this fight, but he does have it in his back pocket. I can see Vallejos doing well in the UFC. You know, I'll go Vallejos to win. First round TKO. I like Kevin Vallejos. I think he'll do well. He'll have a little career for himself. Moving on up the card. Dair Nergoze versus Brenson Ribeiro. I'm going to go Brenson Ribeiro in this one. I know we got slept by Mingyang Zhang. That's not a fucking bad loss at all, dude. Mingyang Zhang is so good. Ribeiro, he's got hands. He's pretty quick and technical. Dair Nergoze is fat. He's actually got decent speed for being a fat fuck. He does have some KO power. I just think Ribeiro will be too slick for him and beat him as the fight goes on. I will say, I can definitely see Nergoze catching him and dropping him at a certain time, maybe even putting him on skates or something. But I think Ribeiro will win this fight. I think he'll out-tech Nergoze, and it'll, outside of, like, a moment maybe Nurgoze has early in the fight. I can see Ribeiro out-teching him and outclassing him on the feet. And I think he'll win 29-28 over Nurgoze. Yeah. Moving on up the card, Damon Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. Fuck fights, dude. I'll go Damon Blackshear by sub. Cody Gibson is mid as fuck. The definition of mid. No, he's worse than mid, dude. Oh, it's Cody fucking Gibson, dude. This card is so bad. The UFC just consistently gives us fucking dog shit and we watch it. It's fucking ass, and they're gonna keep doing it because we keep watching it. Whatever. Damon Blackshear will win by sub, in my opinion. It's honestly a little bit of a tricky matchup for Blackshear. Gibson could have some moments on the feet, but I think Blackshear will win. I could see it being pretty back and forth, pretty close. I think Blackshear probably subs him late in round 3. Maybe Gibson has some moments on the feet against Blackshear. Probably wins a round for himself. Maybe he's up 2-0. And then in the third round, Blackshear will sub him. I just don't think Gibson can escape the submission threat of Blackshear throughout 3 rounds. Yeah, I just think it's tough. Blackshear's grappling is next level. I think he'll sub Cody Gibson late into the fight. Moving on up the card, Kurt Alaba versus Alexander Hernandez. This is a fucking tough reunion, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Alaba lost to Trey Ogden. Nah, dude. Hernandez is pretty much a 50-50 fighter. Why are all the tough guys on this card? Lost to Damon Jackson. Hernandez did, which isn't a bad... it's not a great loss, though. Bill Aljo, that's tough, dude. You can't lose to Bill Aljo. He's always been fucking mid. Beat Jim Miller. Okay, dude. Bobby Green did that. Beat Austin Hubbard, another tough guy. They're just giving Hernandez all the tough guys, I guess. I'll go Hernandez to win by decision, 29-28. I guess. Yeah. Moving on. Up the card. Co-fucking main event, dude. Is Chidi Njokuani versus Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Is the co-main event. This will probably be a scrap. I'm being a hater a little. This will probably be a good fight. Dos Santos comes to brawl every time. KO'd Strickland like 5 decades ago. Almost beat Benoit Saint Denis, which, you know, it's Benoit. So, but it's Benoit. So whatever. You know, coming off a first round KO win. Over Zach Scroggin. I think it'll be close, but I'm leaning Chidi, honestly. I know Chidi had a split decision win with Reese McKee. It's a bad fucking look, but I just think he's a little too quick for Santos at this point. I can see it being a war, though, actually, throughout 3 rounds. Chidi coming out on top with a 29-28 decision over Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Both these guys are fucking fossils, though, dude. Chidi is 37, and Alessio Zaleski dos Santos, I'm pretty sure, is 38. UFC, tighten the fuck up, all right? This is not a co-main event of a fight night, dude. A 37-year-old Chidi Njokuani and a 38-year-old Alessio Zaleski dos Santos. Good fight, not a fucking co-main event of a fight night, dude. Tighten the fuck up, UFC. Seriously, what the fuck? Moving on up the card to the main event. Roman Dolidze versus Marvin Vettori. I'll go Roman Dolidze in this. Roman already beat him. Marvin's coming off irreversible damage that Cannonier put on him. Cannonier beat the actual shit out of Vettori throughout 5 rounds. Vettori has a fucking chin, though, so I don't think Dolidze will KO him or anything like that. He probably won't even rock him in this one. But I do think the damage that Cannonier put on Vettori is worth bringing up. I think Vettori will have a pretty grapple-heavy approach early on into this fight, which will open up his striking as the fight progresses. I can see it being pretty back and forth on the feet, but Dolidze getting the better of him in the grappling, ultimately winning the fight. I don't think Marvin will have much success in this fight. I can see it being pretty dominant for Dolidze, in all honesty. It's just... This is just not a main event of a fight night. Like, I don't know, dude. This card is fucking trash. The quality of this card is shit, but it probably will deliver because that does happen. UFC needs to do better. They absolutely do. We are getting fucking sick of it. You cannot keep giving us shit in the Apex. It's not even fun, dude. But yeah. Thanks for everyone watching. Hopefully you enjoyed these predictions. I debated even making this. Glad I did, though. But yeah. Appreciate everyone watching, and peace.